And though the talks grew strained at times, the most anticipated fight of 2018 was finally announced in late January. Everything appeared to be on course for the fighters to again meet on May 5th, until it all got derailed in early March, when it was revealed that Canelo had twice tested positive for a banned substance, clenbuterol, in tests administered in Mexico by VADA, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association.
Lo primero, mi reacción fue decir, están equivocados, esto no puede ser verdad.
Algo pasó que parece ser que fue en el alimento, en la carne. Yo trabajé mucho en lo de la carne y conozco y sé que muchas personas.
Y'all think he did that shit? Let's just talk about it. Like, in my honest opinion, okay, for one, I'm not Christ. You know, so it's not my place to judge. But however, I do feel that Christ would have common sense enough to not eat meat from Mexico if you're an athlete. It's been known for quite some time now that the beef down in Mexico may be contaminated. It may be tainted. He's talking about it. This is from HBO 24/7 last night, the only episode of HBO 24/7 for Canelo versus Golovkin 2. And we got a little bit of business to take care of this video in regards to we're now 17 days away from the fight. Right now, August the 29th, 2018. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. We're going to watch the rest of this clip and we're going to talk about it. Just this clip right here. Obviously, I can't show you the full episode of HBO 24/7 because you should Google something called copyright infringement. But however, I am able to show you, not that, wrong screen. I am able to, that's Roxy. I am able to show you, you know, a brief portion. And I feel that this portion among the many is important to what we're going to talk about. So please subscribe.
Muchos ganaderos, engordadores de ganado le aplican el clenbuterol a sus reses para que pronto se pongan más pesadas.
That explanation, that Canelo had ingested the substance through
Now, they're about to talk about you, the people. Because the people's word and the people's opinion and the court of public opinion's jurisdiction in this matter or some shit is the most important.
Contaminated meat in his native country divided observers, with supporters pointing to its plausibility and doubters exclaiming it was a cover-up for more sinister purposes.
Y nunca tengo la intención de meterme cosas, no las necesito y respeto mi deporte, nunca lo haría. Es mi responsabilidad, pero creo que la única irresponsabilidad aquí fue no documentarme, no estar consciente de lo que pasa en México con la carne.
For their part, Golovkin and his team were skeptical.
So to leave out the legal mumbo jumbo and the BS and just get to the nitty gritty of it. It can be a common mistake of Canelo and his team just to, you know, get some unsanctioned meat. But the problem is people feel like, yo, that's too easy of an excuse to use. You should know better. You motherfucking the #1 boxer in the world. Even Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn admit to it. Canelo's the #1 boxer in the world in regards to money he brings in, you know, marketability. He should know better. His team should know better. And also, take note, which they're going to talk about also in this segment too, is that Canelo has admitted that, yeah, it could have probably been contaminated meat, you know, but I didn't take that shit on purpose. But it's like, yo, bro, you're supposed to know better. What the fuck? Here's what Golovkin's side had to say about it. Obviously, this has been the real selling point of the fight. Golovkin's been pissed, talking more shit than ever in broken English. To talk about this episode of HBO 24/7 really quickly, in regards to the presentation, I like how they both are speaking their native languages. Now, of course, I want both of them to get better at English, but it's better that they speak their languages because they get their point across better. Because Golovkin, when he talks English, yeah, sometimes that shit can sound sinister with his broken English, and him trying to put together sentences, but you really can't really tell what he's really thinking. So, I'm digging the subtitles.
Ты знаешь, что ты употребляешь. Конечно, это ответственность. Кто употребляет, тот он, в принципе, и попадается на этом. Здесь немножко, я так понял, все пошло не по плану у них, и они зазвенели.
In any event, the news had thrown the rematch up in the air.
So, I mean, he's right. You're supposed to know what you put in your body. You can't just be going to motherfucking ShopRite or Costco's or wherever the hell y'all go. I don't know where people go to get their steaks. You can't even really go to Longhorn. You got when you go to a restaurant, if you're a boxer and you're down in Mexico, truth be told, I think people should do it everywhere in all their foods, truth be told. You should ask, yeah, where's y'all beef from? What's up? Like, you can't just go to the store when you're a boxer and just go to the refrigerator section and grab a beverage, especially if it's like a energy drink. It's just there's so much shit you can't do, So, I don't know, man. But regardless, let's talk about some facts of the fight. It's looking likely that it's going to be $84.99. Some, for example, on my cable company, it's not available yet. The price is not available to pre-order or buy. And that's Comcast Xfinity. On Dish TV, it's looking like it's already been confirmed that it's going to be $84.99. And also, if you're going to buy it from any other streaming service online here in the States, like Fight.tv, that's FITE. The link is right down below in the description box. It's going to be $84.99. I got to get in touch with those people. Those people are supposed to be paying me for videos. But the undercard is going to be David Lemieux versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Roman Latito. We're not calling him. He's Latito. Roman Latito Gonzalez is going to be taking on Moises Fuentes. You're going to have Jamie Munguia versus Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook was supposed to fight Kell Brook. And you're going to have, who else? Damn it, I forgot somebody, haven't I? Cecilia Bracas was supposed to be on the card, but she's no longer on the card. And yeah, the undercard is a solid undercard for showcase fights, but it's not an undercard where I'm like, oh shit, this is a mega super undercard like people are saying. Because, they're showcase fights. It's just that you got enough names on there, to be able to excite people. For example, the A-sides of the main events have all headlined their own cards. For example, David Lemieux, Jamie Munguia, and Roman Gonzalez. So that right there is enough. In regards to the fight, hey, listen, I'm still 50-50 on it. Canelo is obviously focusing on movement and speed and really trying to capitalize on the counter punching and trying to outbox Canelo because it seems as though he understands. And looking at the first fight, after the first few rounds, he couldn't stop. I mean, he couldn't, keep Golovkin off of him. So conditioning, which I think is smart, is key for this rematch, right? It's even though, yes, anybody can be stopped by the perfect, body shot, anybody, can be knocked the fuck out. But it seems as though Canelo is going for a better game plan in regards to coming in even like lighter and moving a lot. And factor in, he's had a year layoff. Despite what you think of Golovkin and Venice Martirosyan, it's still a year layoff. So Canelo has the tools. And in my opinion, if he shows that he can outbox, Golovkin, I'm not going to be like, oh, Golovkin's old and all that, because Canelo over the years have shown us so many different new aspects of his game in regards to now we know that he can really move. Before we were concerned about him being flat-footed. Remember, nobody's talking about that anymore. Imagine if he fought the fight that he fought against Golovkin against Irislandi Lara in the first fight. You see what I'm saying? He's growing, He's maturing as a boxer. In regards to Golovkin, he has so much to lose because time, in regards to boxing fans, even though I feel at this stage in boxing and in modern times with medicine and technology, 36 is not old. Still, nonetheless, people are saying Father Time is against him. People are saying he's slowing down. But truth be told, I don't see it. I've uploaded a video. The other video about, saying Golovkin's media workout, titling it that he looked lost a step. I wasn't saying it. This is what the commentators for the media workout was saying. But I'm looking at it and like, well, that's been his style. You know, he's never really been a guy that's been really, as they say, fleet of foot or, you know, like twinkle toes. Canelo's shown, however, that he can move around. So I'm thinking this. Golovkin has got to pick up. He's got to treat round 1 of the rematch like round 13, where he left off and just go straight at Canelo. You know, try to knock him out because Canelo's already planning on moving around, you know. We don't want to see this go to the cards again, right? Let me see what else. Oh, this part right here. We're going to talk about HBO 24/7. I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a B plus. You know why? It's because they and that's all the way up to an A plus scale, you know, from an A plus A to an A minus. I'm giving it a B plus because they did address the steroids because they couldn't leave that out. The PD allegations, not steroids, PD allegations. They couldn't leave that out, so I'm glad it was addressed.
When an athlete tests positive for a banned substance, typically for a year. But the commission chose to dole out more modest measures in this case.
Taking out of order item number 6, hearing on the disciplinary complaint for boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez.
The parties have reached a proposed adjudication agreement, which includes a period of ineligibility of 6 months from the date of the first positive test.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Motion passes unanimously.
Whether it was from contaminated meat or not, we will never know. That's not our job to know. Our job is to know if you have it in your system, then we have a regulation and a rule and a sentencing guideline for that. And if you'd like to enter into a settlement and you're willing to admit you had a positive test and cooperate, then the commission for the first offense will show some pretty significant leniency. He followed that to a T, and he came out, I think, with a very positive outcome for himself.
Nonetheless,
So, if you want to see the rest of that, obviously you have to go watch the full episode of HBO 24/7. So what that means is, you know, normally they would suspend you for a year. But if you admit that there was some wrongdoing on your side in regards to him saying, okay, well, it was contaminated meat, but yeah, you know, I did fail a test and I'm owning up to it. Then they showed leniency and said, okay, we're not going to suspend you for a year. We're going to suspend you for 6 months so you can fight Golovkin in September. Likely that's how the conversation went, you know, or so you can fight in September. So, you know, it's a dodgy situation. And the thing is, Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya have talked about how they feel that if Canelo was to knock Golovkin out, that it would just, you know, the allegations and all that shit would disappear. And people are like, okay, yeah, he was innocent. No, people are going to be like, yo, you really was on some shit if he wins by knockout. I'm not saying this. Understand that this is what the people are going to say. The people. Public opinion is a motherfucker, man. Life is not fair sometimes. Canelo is way more marketable than Golovkin. Yes, Golovkin's marketability has risen and risen. And if he beats Canelo, my God. But overall, Canelo was the man. Canelo's massive. I still see it as 50-50, man. I still see it in 50-50, but my gut is saying Canelo. But I think Golovkin's going to win. I think Triple G is going to win. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Expect for my Canelo versus Golovkin content to pick up since we're only 17 days away from the fight. So as you can see, I've been pumping out. People have been saying, yo, man, you got to do more Canelo versus Golovkin videos, man. Those are the ones that's bringing all the views right now, man. But, you know, we're getting there. You know, I don't like when I see all these different Canelo or not just that, but a topic where it's multiple videos on that same topic, just 5 videos. Nah, I don't like that. I like to, you know, like dig into the obscure shit. But anyway, it's in regards to HBO 24/7, they still have it. It's still an excellent series. It's still better than what you would see them put together on a YouTube, like, for example, The Draw in the Desert that they did on the HBO Boxing YouTube. It's still good. It clocked in at about, 25 minutes or so, from my understanding. Let me see. Let me check. Make sure. It clocked in. Yeah, it clocked in at about 25 minutes or so. So, you know, sometimes they might cheat you with a Road to HBO 24/7 and give you like 12 or 18 minutes. Also, don't expect for this to be on YouTube for about another, probably like the week of the fight, which is actually, you know, not that far away, or like a couple of days before the fight. No face-off, no HBO face-off with Max Kellerman. I hope that, you know what I would want them to do? Is they already did one for when the rematch was supposed to happen the first time in May. If they're not going to release it on HBO, then they should release it on their YouTube page, right? You know, or something. Just don't sit on it. But there's also supposed to be a another not HBO, Golden Boy type documentary with Canelo called Mano a Mano, I believe. In fact, BT Sport has a nice one. Hold on, I'm going to show you. BT Sport. They have a nice one you should check out. You know, it's you know, here it is right here.
Cien peleas en la calle.
Wait a minute. 100?
It's called Canelo vs. Gennady 2 Full Countdown, and look inside the controversy surrounding their fight. You know, just like stock footage and stuff, some interviews.
Things that he wasn't supposed to do, put it that way.
Yo jamás lo he visto, jamás desde que lo conozco lo he visto, que él tenga miedo o temor a alguien, en alguna pelea. Jamás lo he visto nervioso, jamás lo he visto con miedo.
So, obviously, I'm going to be covering the fight. Also, I'm bringing back the Google Hangout. On fight night after the fight, we're going to be doing a live stream Google Hangout. So if anybody wants to join the panel, comment down below. I'll read all the comments if you don't, you know, if you haven't noticed already. So we're going to be doing a recap of the fight with some brief highlights. I have to make sure I do everything accordingly so they don't take my motherfucking videos down. We got to be real careful that night. So, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media have been obviously popping right there up on the screen. Please subscribe.